When Donald Trump was elected in earlier this week, a lot of Albertans breathed a sigh of relief for one reason only: Keystone XL. With the incoming of the new president of the United States, there's new hope for the project. Trump has promised to build it, but under the agreement that the United States gets some of the profits. But I know 54 Albertans that don't support the project, the NDP caucus. Yesterday, Brian Jean, leader of the official opposition, asked Rachel Notley for a simple yes or no regarding backing the pipeline. Here's how that all went down.
Well, let's quote somebody else. Our position on Keystone is if we ship unprocessed bitumen to Texas, we will give tens of thousands of Alberta jobs to Texas, end quote. That was the position of this Premier and the NDP government in June 2015. Now, yesterday, TransCanada announced it remains fully committed to the project. The incoming U.S. administration has said it's going to approve this pipeline. There should be no question about it. If this gets built, it's going to be great news for Alberta's families. Hear, hear. Will the Premier change her position on the Keystone pipeline, yes or no?
Honourable Premier.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I would urge the member to read the newspaper, as I've actually commented on this at great length, but if we want to go for round 5, that's fine, Mr. Speaker. The fact of the matter is with the current economic situation that Albertans are facing, and with the current need for our energy industry to move towards recovery, it is our view that we need to work with all members of the industry to find ways in which they can increase their trade with the United States. But in the meantime, Mr. Speaker, our focus is on ensuring that we get Canadian access to tidewater from a Canadian port.
So Rachel Notley will only support Canadian pipelines. And then she goes on to say this.
Well, I didn't hear a yes or a no there. With free trade agreements being put under the microscope, it's more important than ever that you defend Albertans' interests. The Keystone Pipeline will create a lot of jobs here in Alberta, remove the bottleneck in our oil sands, and help Albertans get back on their feet in time of need. The Prime Minister supports it, Saskatchewan supports it, but this Premier has failed to speak out publicly in favour of it. It's a yes. Albertans want to know if this Premier is committed to defending our industries and Albertans' quality of life. Again, does she support Keystone, yes or no?
Again, Mr. Speaker, as I've indicated, we are happy to work with our energy industry to find ways in which we contribute to their opportunities to enhance trade with the United States. But, Mr. Speaker, what is a really good use of this government's time is to focus on those things over which we have agency. And, Mr. Speaker, we have agency over pipelines in our country. So, Mr. Speaker, those are the matters that we are going to focus our attention on.
No control over U.S. pipelines? Funny that's her argument when Trump says with 100% certainty that it will get approved and all she has to do is say yes. Remember when I told you about the Pembina Institute who lobbied against Keystone XL? Well, they're all Rachel Notley's buddies and they hate the oil and gas industry just as much as she does. She's hired several of them as communication leads, panel members, and chairs for her boards. These anti-oil activists are making critical decisions about our industry. So why won't Rachel Notley support the Keystone XL pipeline despite the project creating thousands of jobs for Americans and Albertans, increased flow of billions of dollars into the Canadian economy, and getting our Canadian oil to market? Well, it would make her eco-activist friends too mad, of course. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas. Thanks so much for watching. Have you had a chance to sign my petition at beerfreedom.ca yet? Click the link below to sign your support to make free trade in Canada great again.